Welcome back, everybody. This Week in America on the Blue Funk Broadcasting Radio Network. Great to have you with us on the show. Harvey Merriam is back with us, author of 3 Steps to Easy Parenting, How to Raise Smarter, Happier, More Responsible Children by Doing Less. He's developed his theory of child rearing based upon his own experiences as a parent and step-parent, as well as experiences of others. He's traveled the world observing parenting practices in a variety of cultures, has helped other parents raise happy and cooperative children. His website is easyparenting.com. The book is, as I mentioned, 3 Easy Steps to Easy Parenting, How to Raise Smarter, Happier, More Responsible Children by Doing Less. I'll mention this and again at the end. The book, if you order it right now, you should have it in time for Christmas. If not, you'll get an ebook, and that will be delivered actually to whoever you want on the morning of Christmas. That will go right to their email, so you'll get the ebook as well. Harvey, welcome back to the program. It's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Rick. It's good to be here.
We got 3 Easy Steps to Parenting on the first program, and by the way, you can find it at our website. If you missed the first one, we were talking about safety at that point. Step number 2 is healing. Harvey, let's talk a little bit in general terms. Healing is basically what? Helping the child bounce back from what everybody encounters in their life.
That's right. It's part 2 is entitled How to Raise Resilient Children. And I'm talking about emotional healing, especially. Physical healing is something that they take care of for themselves, but with emotional healing, they need support. And the key to resilience is crying. And we make lots of mistakes around crying as parents.
Well, you do, and it's interesting because you say crying plays an important part in the book, 3 Steps to Easy Parenting. There are 2 functions of crying. Let's talk about those.
That's right. Crying works, and our big trouble comes from confusing the 2 functions. The number 1 function is as a distress signal. If a kid's crying in another room, we come running. We hear that cry, we come. And it works. It's a great alarm. And if a child is hungry and can't reach food, she starts crying, we know that we have to do something about it. And if we figure out that's what the cry's about, we get food to her, she stops crying. If she's too hot or too cold, she cries, we do something about it. If she has a dirty diaper and it's getting uncomfortable, she cries, we do something about it. So that's distress signal crying, and we need to respond promptly to it, and we're generally pretty good at that. However, the other function of crying, healing crying, say a child falls and skins her knee. The knee's going to heal on its own.
Right. And
we're probably going to give her a Band-Aid because she's going to ask for one, and we might need it to stop her from bleeding. But at the same time, she's got some stress going on. She's maybe in a little bit of shock. She's feeling physical pain. If it's the first time she's seen her own blood, she might be scared, and she might be a little disappointed in herself. She was having such a great time, and then, her wonderful coordination failed her for some reason, and now she's hurting. So she's got all that stress, and what a child does when she's upset, naturally, is cry. It's very simple, straightforward physiological process. Get hurt, cry. And crying takes time. Those distress signals, if the child is cold and we put a blanket around her, she's probably going to stop crying very soon. And but healing crying takes time. It takes several minutes for a shocked child to cry out that shock. It's a bit like what happens with a computer when it goes down for maintenance. It takes time. Computer says, I need 20 minutes, I'm going to get rid of some viruses or fix my files. And we don't try to input new information. We just back off. We wait till the computer does its thing. It's going to function better afterwards. The same is true for our children. When they go into healing crying, they do need us to be there paying loving attention. And they might need a word or 2 from us, but they don't need input. And the big mistake we make, since we're such conscientious parents, always looking to meet our children's needs and aware that crying is often a signal that their needs aren't being met, is we look for needs to be met. So the child skins her knee, there's really not much we can do for her besides give her the loving attention she needs and put on the Band-Aid when she asks for it. Well, what we do is we try to give her a cookie, we try to bounce her on her knee, anything to stop that crying. And part of the reason we are so hyperactive around crying is because of what happened to us when we were crying as children. when we hear crying, we are not our smartest selves. We're a little upset. We get hyperactive ourselves.
So we
We're upset about
react
it.
emotionally too.
Exactly. We react emotionally. We may even become angry when our children cry. There's all kinds of things, and none of them very smart, that we tend to do automatically when we hear crying.
Well, you talk about a surprising number of problems can be prevented and cured with the right response to crying. You'll find the right response to crying in the book, Three Steps to Easy Parenting, How to Raise Smarter, Happier, More Responsible Children by Doing Less. The book's available at EasyParenting.com. As I mentioned, if you order right now, probably going to get it in time for Christmas. If you order, you'll get an ebook that'll be delivered to whoever you would like to send this to on Christmas Day. Harvey will get the information in terms of the website. A lot of great information in the book. We talked last week about, in my case, where was this when my kids were growing up? Because it breaks everything down in a very rational way. We did not get a chance to talk to fears and phobias, something that most parents, as I'm reading, are probably doing wrong. We'll try to do that, as well as Step 3. Harvey will be back with us on the program next week. Harvey, thank you. Great information. It goes by way too quickly. Step 3 coming up next week. What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about freedom, and that's a big subject. I don't know how to preview it. We're just going to talk about freedom next week, and kids thrive on freedom.
And we're so reluctant to let them, even when they're high school and college age, to give them that freedom. 3 Steps to Easy Parenting is the book, How to Raise Smarter, Happier, More Responsible Children by Doing Less. It's an excellent read. It's written by our guest on the program, Harvey Merriam. The book is available at EasyParenting.com. Harvey will be back, Step 3, with us on the program next week. You're listening to This Week in America on the Blue Funk Broadcasting Radio Network.